Hey y'all, welcome to the kitchen. This evening for supper I'm making Kate's carrot, apple, and cashew nut soup. Now, this sounds like a crazy soup. She said it's sweet. I don't know if I'll like it because it's sweet. I have no idea if we're going to like this, but it sounded so interesting I just couldn't help myself. So I'm going to turn the camera down just a little bit and you can watch me do the prep. I'll speed up some of the chopping. It just sounds like a fascinating and strange soup. I had to give it a try. We may never have it again, or we may love it so much we make it over and over. I'm going to have to cook it, cool it down, and then blenderize it, but I don't have a blender like she does. I don't have any kind of a blender. I have a little bullet, so I'm going to have to blenderize it in small sections, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here, let's get started on some chopping. This is a little bit of leftover vegetable oil in the bottom of that, but Kate recommends olive oil, so we will do a generous amount of olive oil in the bottom of this stock pot. If we need some more, we can always add some more, and she said a little bit of butter too. Well, that's not a lot of butter. I think I need to get some more butter. Let's turn this on. It's nice and warm. Okay, a little bit more butter. No, I think she had more than that. We'll do that. I think this is supposed to be a recipe that you can't go wrong with. I hope so, because that's the kind of recipe that I need. Okay, let's do the other half of this onion. I told Adam the ingredient list, and he said he was willing to try it. Of course, he's up for just about anything when it comes to food. He's pretty courageous these days. Put some hot water on so it's ready when I need it. Kate put the onion in first. We're going to do that. Turn the heat back on. Now that's just one large onion, which is what she said the recipe really did call for. Okay, all right. Gonna keep stirring this around. Now the onions will cook a lot faster than the carrots, but we're gonna actually just put it all in boiling water, turn it into a stock. It doesn't matter what size they're cut, because they're all going to get blenderized later, so I'm not looking for like bite-sized portions or anything like that. Now we're going to cut some apple. Now I think she did 2 apples, and she left the skins on, so we're going to do the same thing. So these are good sized apples. I think I'll do an apple and a half to try to stay a little closer to what Kate did. I'm pretty sure she put pepper in. My husband loves pepper, so be generous with that. Okay, other half of the apple. Let everything sweat down, get soft before we add the water. Put the water on this side on a bigger burner. Do better. That burner's not very fast. Okay, so let's leave that as it is. I think we're good for oil. Okie dokie, I've got my stuff kind of simmered down, looking pretty soft. I'm going to add my boiling water, and she said just to cover the veg. So, of course, some of them float, so that's what I'm going to do. That just looks about right. You women who've been cooking a long time, you know what I mean when you say it looks about right. Oh, that's my water running, because I'm going to do dishes before we eat supper. There's nothing worse than having a whole day's worth of dirty dishes after supper. Okay, I'll be right back. Now, Kate put some bouillon granules into her soup, and I don't have any granules, any stock granules, and I don't have any bouillon cubes. What I have is this, and if you're in the US, this may look really familiar to you. We have 3 jars of this. For some reason, we have 2 that are, oh no, this is roasted chicken. Okay, I'm going to use this one. This one's roasted chicken. This one is seasoned roasted garlic. And this one is seasoned roasted beef. And what they look like, oh, hang on, let me get a spoon. It's just kind of a gloopy, pasty looking thing like that, okay? And it says, I think, to put, what's it on the, wait. Dissolve 1 teaspoon equal to 1 bouillon cube in 8 ounces of boiling water. Now, Kate did a heaping teaspoon into her whole soup, so I don't think you're looking for, I'm not going to put like tablespoons of this in there trying to get the equivalent with how much water I put in there. I'm just going to use, as Kate did, a nice rounded teaspoon. This will also add salt to it. Although I noticed that the cashews that I bought today are lightly salted. So I'm glad I didn't put any salt in, because the cashews are going to add salt, and so is this. What do they call this stuff? Oh, better than bouillon. There you go. I'm sorry I look a little rough. I pull my hair back when I cook, but on top of that, I did wash it today, but I didn't comb it out yet. I just wadded it up on the back of my head, which is my habit. All right, so that's on a medium heat. And then I think at this point I'm supposed to put the nuts in too and let it all cook down. Now I have a few nuts here and a little ramekin that I'm going to toast in some butter to sprinkle on top. The other thing that Kate, now if you watch the video carefully, which of course I will have already linked up there, you can only link a video, a particular video, one time in the course of your own video. So I'll have to just refer you to check on that. And I'll put it in the description below. That way you can always find it. Maybe that's why Kate says that she'll put it as an end card, because then you know where you can find it instead of hunting back in the whole video. Anyway, if you note carefully, when she's serving it, she puts a dollop or a swirl of coconut cream on top. Now, I don't have any of that. I know it's not the same as coconut oil. I may look up online and see if you can use, you know, what other kind of cream. Can you put some half and half in it? Sour cream? I've got no clue. So we'll have to find out if there's any kind of an equivalent with that. If not, we may have to have it without it. Okay, so she did a handful. My nuts are halves and pieces. Put a few more. Okay. And now we have lots of cashews left over. Nuts are so pricey right now, but they do go a long way. Okay, she said that the cashews are the secret ingredient. Cashews, in my opinion, are the sweetest nut, even sweeter than a pecan. And the carrots are sweet, and the apple is sweet. Only the onion isn't sweet. So this is going to be kind of a sweet soup, but hopefully not sugary sweet. So we'll see. I hope it's yummy. I'll bring you back when this is cooked and we're ready to zap it in the bullet. Well, we're back with the soup. Now the apples are very tender, which you would expect. And the onions are, of course, very tender. The thing you're waiting for are those carrots. They're definitely the firmest thing. Some of them are soft, like that one is not. It's still quite firm. And the nuts, I think, may take a little while too. So we're going to keep on testing it until it's ready to blenderize. I'm going to taste a little bit of the broth. I think there's a teeny bit of onion in there too, but I just really want to taste the broth and see what kind of flavor we're getting. I have no idea. I can taste the carrot, but it's not too strong. That's very nice. I guess you would call it a carrot soup, but the onions are contributing a lot. The apple too, it's sweet but not too sweet. The onion is just melt in your mouth tender. I cannot wait to get this going. Okay, so this is ready to be blenderized, except for that it is too hot to put into my bullet. This is what a bullet is. I think it was the brand name, but as you would expect of me, I got this at the hospice store. It's not very big, so I'm going to have to do it in little sections. Yes, it's called a magic bullet. And if you put it on there and turn it, it does that. Okay? It does a beautiful job. However, you cannot put something that hot into there or it will explode it. So my husband recommended to cool it down quickly. I put some of the soup into here, and I'm gonna set it in some ice water and probably stir it as I do this to try to get it to, now that I've got it hot enough, now I gotta get it cooled down. The carrots are really only just barely cooked enough for this, but I think they'll be okay. I hope the nuts are okay. I didn't even think about whether the nuts were soft enough. Yeah, the carrots are pretty soft. Okay, we're going to let that cool down. I'm letting this continue to simmer. But I do need to get a start because it is 20 to 5 and we're old people that tend to eat on the early side. I'm also going to have a couple of pieces of what we call Texas toast, garlic toast. Looks like it's got some little herbs on there. So I'm heating the uppy oven for that. And I'm making a little salad from a bag salad from the grocery store. And that is what we're going to have for supper. All right, this is the wonderful color of this soup. It looks very yellow in the video. It's more of a mustard orange. It's just beautiful. I used my bullet. It did work. I had to cool the ingredients down a lot before I could put them in there. And so I put them into a Pyrex little measuring cup, I think it was a quart, and inserted that into a bowl of ice water with some ice packs, kept cooling it down. But I mean, it probably took all of 15 or 20 minutes. So now I've put all of the soup back into the pot and I'm rewarming it because I had to cool it down. And now I'm going to toast up the cashews. Not that we need that many. That's probably plenty. Well, might as well put the rest of them in. Okay, so there we've got that going. They'll brown up nicely. In the oven, got those couple of pieces of toast going. I'll turn that off. And now I'm just going to go whip up the salad and we'll be done. Here's my bowl of soup and my toast. There's the salad waiting for us. I think it's going to be delicious. That is absolutely delicious. You can taste that it's a vegetable soup, but it's yummy, not grassy with that sweetness. I would really recommend making this, and it heats up beautifully. See you later.